What is up, people? Episode 3 of the gameplay podcast with Restaurant Po' Boy Savage coming at you live. I'm re-recording episodes 3 and 4 due to a mishap due to some certain factors fucking with my head today. Caused me to accidentally delete my shit. Now I got my head collectively all together. Before I continue with the podcast, I gotta do something real quick. Right back. Oh, double again, is fine, but I'm cool. Homemade bread with some butter on it. If you don't like butter, that's okay. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. And by the way, folks, I'm with Julian and my boy Smeagol12, one of my oldest amigos, one of my oldest internet brothers around.
Yep.
If you wonder what I'm about to drink, I don't know if you heard that little pop sound or not. Homemade spiced wine. I've gotten pretty good at that. There's a lot of wine to get in that game, and I got some spiced wine. Homemade, and I promise you this too. It's also infused with adaptogenic herbs, Hosho Wu and astragalus, and it was also combined with a little bit of allspice berry and hibiscus flower and Chinese red sage root, together with a couple of big helpings of mulling spice mix, sweetened accordingly.
Hopefully it tastes as good as you say it does.
And it's traditional mulling spices. The others are just to add a adaptogenic quality. That's the idea, anyway. Thank you. I'll put the recipe when I ever make a. I might put recipes like this on allspice.com, different ones.
I'm sorry if you hear any clicking in my background.
That's alright. Now, this one, I've been wanting to try that shit for so many years. It's amazing. I actually could do it.
You can make a profit selling your wine. Well, that is if they drink it.
Yeah, plus
I'd
I'd have to remove the adaptogenic herbs, the hibiscus flower, and the nettle, and a small amount of nettle seed that's been infused into it. But yeah, because those are considered medicinal, and I'd have to have somebody like that.
I'm a
Divine
person that
smile.
like wine.
Yeah, wine's good. So is rum. Rum is good.
It's real
Has its
good.
benefits. It has its benefits.
Alright, folks, let you know, I don't support underage drinking. Tasting's one thing, but still, I keep that on the low. Just tasting is one thing, but I do not.
Most people don't really, drink the actual wine. They usually do a swish and spit.
Yeah, I know. That's something like that I don't mind, but underage drinking I don't promote on this channel and never will. I actually advise against it. I'm turning 25 in 7 days. I don't give a fuck, bitch.
Alright, question was, you ever had Fireball whiskey mixed up with some Pepsi Fire?
No, I haven't.
Not the best combination, I'd say.
And it's
I've had Pepsi Fire. It's not bad, but it's not very good. Am I right?
yeah, like Pepsi Fire is decent. It's not bad.
Decent, yeah. Not that I drink every day. I wouldn't
Late
drink
back chill days.
soda every day anyway. I'd stick to just water, tea, or coffee.
Because I'm gonna tell you what.
Like I said, depends on people's tastes.
Well, my subjects today are going to be about gaming. Let's see. Let me see. What were my subjects? Oh yeah, today gaming, art, and mythologies. I can tell y'all right now, I've done quite a number of game franchises. Elder Scrolls, because from well, the ones I played the shit out of though growing up were Mario, Sonic, Mega Man, Metroid, Final Fantasy 1 to 7.
Zelda.
Yes, Legend of Zelda.
Doom.
Castlevania, Doom, thank you, Halo, and trying to think of some others. Shit, this is a hard one because it's getting. Donkey Kong. I've played. Should I also count porn on Newgrounds?
I would.
Fuck it. It's
Well,
not bad.
I
think
have
it
to
needs
admit,
to-
some of it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I think some of this it needs a touch of vanilla bean, just a touch to mellow everything together. My opinion, anyway. Chocolate mushroom probably do a similar effect, but there's a lot of medicinal qualities, and it can interact with certain drugs, such as diabetes drugs. There might be a hell of a combo with antivirals, like for HIV, to keep the viral load down. There's all kind of shit it can do. So it can interfere, and it can definitely interfere with diabetes, blood pressure, blood sugar, and blood thinner drugs. So 4 drugs it can enhance. So just being warned, if you ever, and talk to your healthcare professional before even attempting to mess with any type of adaptogens or medicinal mushrooms or medicinal herbs in general. That shit needs. I emphasize on applying more scientific empiricism and scrutiny. We're getting some good reports back, but they're not good. They're not enough info. We need more. So I only talk about it as information. I don't tell you. I'm not going to tell you to try it. I'll show you what I do with it, like recipes and shit. But I'm never ever going to tell you to do it because if you ever, it's not medical advice. It's never going to be. That's why the only medical advice is to tell you to, like, okay, just fucking, to go to your doctor or healthcare professional, then get their consent and their willingness to work with you. For advice number 1, it's all or nothing at all. Number 2, get allergy or sensitivity tested with these agents, so you'll know if you got a sensitivity toward them. Because if you do, get away from them. That just it adds to the scientific literature that we need to acquire over the year, and further our society. But anyways, that's not what we're going to talk about tonight. Let's talk about gaming. Back to gaming. So
Yep.
Those are like 8 or 9 games franchises I've played heavily on. Now, LJN's some shitty gaming publishers. They publish the shittiest ones. Look, X-Men, they ruined X-Men. They fucked Spider-Man before the comic writers of more recent times fucked him in the ass. One More Day or whatever they called it. Why would you sell your fucking marriage to save an aunt that's that fucking old? She's gonna die soon anyway. Like, he's gonna have the fucking, like, May Parker as fucking Spider-Girl in Earth 982. Hot as fuck. Would she make me into a spider lover? Probably could. Or should I say spider luster? But anyway. I mean, they fucked up pretty bad. Angry Video Game Nerd reviewed Spider-Man games up the ass. It's retarded. Trying to think where the fuck I can do some goddamn iron ore mining shit. So that pisses me off because I said piss me off in a mentally challenged tone. I'm an offensive humorist. Okay, Iron Breaker Mine. I'm gonna go to Dawn Stall. I don't care if there's Imperials. I want to use the shit out of them. Oh, God, that's great. That's some good stuff. But, did you guys know that the first Elder Scrolls is probably one of the biggest worlds in any computer game in that era? Elder Scrolls 1 Arena. Did y'all know that?
I did not.
All you gotta do is go on Wikipedia. The Elder Scrolls Wiki, and actually look at what they did for like randomization based technology and shit to synthesize hundreds. I mean, there are hundreds of towns and cities and shit. Hundreds, literally hundreds, So teleporting and fast travel are essential. Or you'd be taking for fucking ever to get through that game.
Interesting.
There's just that goddamn many fucking places. There's just that many fucking cities in that shit. Go back here.
Sorry if I sound a bit annoyed at the moment.
It's
I
alright.
am very annoyed.
What happened?
Okay, I finally got it.
There you go, bitch.
Because you know the like spaghetti monsters in Zelda. You know, right?
God damn it. Where's he at?
Hi.
Fucking bitch. Come here.
Hi.
Hiya.
Hey, what's going on?
Why are you re-recording the episodes?
Well, due to a certain mishap, I accidentally deleted both of them while trying to edit one at each one.
Oh.
Yeah, you ought to heard my temper start to shit. You ought to heard my, well, that's not even my temper, sadly. You ought to hear the hints of aggravation I had show. It sounded like, for an average person, that was a temper. For me, that was a slight trace of aggravation.
So like the hour or two of footage you got's gone?
Pretty much. I'm pretty pissed. But it's okay. We can do more.
Are you recording episode 3 or 4 right now?
I'm recording episode 3. This is Pokemon Master, by the way, and I got the Derpy Redneck Discord going. Not gonna publicly post it yet, but I am going to do that one sometime in the future. But I will tell you this: player.setav speedmult space 420. Speed's dank.
Oh my god.
Gotta go fast. I did this one night. Here we go. I did this so shit. This is such fucktastic crap. I was in this fucking shit heap. I was making the bitch crash. Fucking Smeager here was watching me. Fuck, dude. I actually, I put the speed mult on 99999, spammed it. Pressed forward, just the slightest tap. Fucking thing took me completely out of the map, up in the sky and out of the map. I couldn't even move.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wait, are you streaming this?
Yep, and it's gonna go to YouTube and VidMe. Both.
What are you streaming it on?
Skyrim. I'm using OBS Studio.
No, I mean what website are you streaming?
Like I said, it's streaming for YouTube and VidMe.
Oh, I thought you were actually doing a live stream.
No, technically no. No, I'm not that good with it. I need some
I think
shit.
you're just basically recording.
Yeah, I gotta get onto my Twitch at some point in the future. It's a gameplay podcast, is what it really is.
Am I coming out okay, by the way?
Oh, and I'm kind of upset. That conversation me and Games had about Pokemon was lost. I like that conversation we had.
We need to actually have that conversation again or at some point in the future, because I might use it as a subject. Because tonight I was talking about games.
Hopefully Games can get on here.
Yeah. Another thing I did was
Well, luckily, it's the weekend and I just had dinner, so I'm probably going to be on for a few hours. What was? For a second there, you sound like freaking Donald Duck.
Actually sounds like Donald Duck being strangled, but okay.
Yeah, but either way, he still sounded like Donald Duck.
Yeah.
he was trying. He couldn't deep throat that. It couldn't deep throat that object.
Oh, this is deadly.
Oh god. What are you doing deep throating things, Wes? I'm sorry.
Huh?
I said, what is with you with deep throating things?
I have no clue. It's fucking weird. It's like I act so cringy and queer. My gay friends consider me a cock block.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just not cocked up.
Speaking of queer shit, how about these fucking games though? And now, better yet, what do you think's probably the fucking shittiest character build you could ever make in Warcraft? Because those who played, or better yet, Diablo 3.
I started playing Diablo 3 with my uncle. I am a archer.
I was a demon hunter, and I wish they had the necromancer like they do now, because I had to.
They do.
I said like they do now on Diablo 3. I wish there was a beginning of fucking character. Him and the necro. Like that's what I'm saying.
Default character instead of a DLC character.
Well, the default characters are okay, but
yeah, I mean, I was always Necromancer in Diablo 2. Always.
So was I. I think because I was into
uncle,
Dragon. Oh, go ahead, dude. Sorry.
My uncle's a necromancer. I forgot what the class is, but I use a bow and arrow.
The classes are Barbarian, Demon Hunter, oh my god. Well, of course, Necromancer, Crusader, Wizard, Witch Doctor, I think it is?
Well, yeah, Witch Doctor's one of them.
Whichever one that uses like bows and stuff, that's one I use.
They all can use bows.
One who emphasize whichever classes use it the most, emphasize
custom bows, like the.
I have this ability called Rapid Fire.
Oh yeah, that's Demon.
Then yeah, I am a Demon Hunter. And my uncle. I'm a male Demon Hunter.
I have a little bit of everything, but the Necromancer, sadly.
I don't know what my uncle is. He can like explode corpses and stuff.
Cool.
Don't know which one he is.
Yeah, corpse explosion was a great ability, but modifying it like in Diablo 2, I always kept my skill points down, tried to disperse them evenly amongst the skills I wanted to use. Oh, fuck me in the dick! I forgot to toggle mortality before traveling like dogs.
My uncle absolutely loves freaking corpse explosion. He loves it. He uses it all the time.
Yeah, corpse explosion's a very great tool for multiple reasons.
It gets rid of imps pretty well.
It actually does a couple things. One, it prevents prevents you from being able to your enemies from being able to resurrect their monsters. 2, it damages the fuck out of them. And 3, it gets better the more you upgrade it. See, what pissed me off about Revive, this is why I was kind of an Omnimancer, but not with the Revive. I even emphasized on golems, and the reason is...
Yeah. I usually go with golems and skeletons. That's like my best survival.
Yeah, the only skeletons I'd use were probably the skeletal mage, so they can do ranged attacks from far. But
I usually do skeletal mage and the regular soldiers because you want more than just range. You also want, up close and personal.
well, I do up close and personal. If I do that, then I'm gonna have an ally that can shoot from afar. But I'm gonna have a fucking badass golem. Like if I had a throwaway unique, which I got to the point I could do that in single player.
And then for golems, I usually chose either the steel golem or the blood golem.
Well, you see, this is what I did. I utilized the shit out of all four, and I'll tell you why. What I did is I used golem mastery, summon resist, and all four golems. I actually got my Omnimancer build right here and now. Hold on, I'll show it to you. Ooh. I'll read it out to you guys, because this is some pretty good shit, I promise. Alright, my summoning spells of choice were very simple. I already listed them. Clay Golem, Golem Mastery, Blood Golem, Summon Resist, Iron Golem, and Fire Golem. I put in the text document. Revive sucks dick because of your inability to extend the time your monster can fight with you. It's fucking bullshit, and that's why I never used it. Wasted that skill point, which really pissed me the fuck off. Now, if you added skill points to it, you still only got 3 minutes, but you still had the ability. You can still add, increase life and mana or whatever the fuck on the monster, but it would still be saying 3 minutes. So not being unable to extend your time even by a small amount, there's no reward to that. It sucked. It's the ultimate achievement of the Priest of Rothma. I would have expected something fucking better. I actually knew a little bit about the fucking early mythos before they partially metconned it in Diablo 3. I was pretty well versed in it by the time I got to the point where I could rape Baal within 5 minutes with my Necro. But yeah, anyway, on with my Omnimancer. Go ahead. Anyways.
But me. Oh, sorry. You can go.
Oh, okay, thank you. Anyways, the poison and bone spells I used were poison explosion. That's why I liked the corpse explosion, but poison explosion was better because it was basically corpse explosion, but with
a poison act.
Yeah, but with poison, and it was more damaging. Bone Spirit or Bone Spear was the other of choice, and Poison Nova was the one. Those are the main 3. I would pick 3, but when it comes to the bone spells, I'd either pick Bone Spirit or Bone Spirit.
Yeah.
And curses, the 2 curses I only needed were Amplified Damage and Iron Maiden, or I would replace Iron Maiden with a Life Tap or Weaken or something that lowers all resistance or some shit. But really, my strategy was I equally leveled all the golems and did their summon resist and all that. What I would do, I could level my character to the point I could half-ass tank with him, basically. A Necromancer was a very versatile character if you knew how to build them right. By the time I got to level 91, I was able to half-ass tank with him. And after upgrading some shit, got some unique gear, some set items I used on him, I could put together a pretty badass fuck of a build. And like I said, I could rape Baal within fucking minutes. He would
I hate that rock, but I will be right back. I have to go to the bathroom.
Basically, my easiest strategy was very simple. I got it, some of the elements, some of it directly from the actual official Diablo 2 guidebooks. What they were was the guidebook never mentioned unique items. You had to wait till you can get online content for that. When the actual earliest Diablo wikis came out, or Diablo websites that had the info about the unique items for you. Which was in mid-2000s, like 2005, 6, 7, maybe even 04. But anyway, called an Omnimancer from an old forum post. Anyways, I was smiting the living fuck out of these guys like nothing. It was. I remember I used to ride Bone Flesh until I found something better, and it was a fucking amazing. But yeah, my skill was amplified damage, and I used full rejuvenation potions if I could get them, or just rejuvenation and mana, and life. I mean healing. I would use the Iron Golem from a throwaway unique item that was pretty good, but not. It had to be a weapon for me. It was unique weaponry, but not good enough to forever keep because it was starting to mildly weak for me. A little weak for me. So I would use one of those. Or metal armor. And then I would summon the Iron Golem with the next unique I had saved for that was like that for me. And I basically used his Iron Maiden effect.
Greetings, brother. You look weary.
And I fucking used amplified damage. That was a badass way to kill a demon lord. Alright, so go ahead. You're gonna say something, Pokemon?
Pokemon left. Oh.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do all that. I didn't mean to do that.
Hi, I'm back.
Alright, what were you gonna say earlier, Pokemon?
I was saying how me and my uncle playing Diablo make a pretty good combo because I'm a character that only uses bows, that only uses long range like bows and that type of stuff, and my uncle usually does close range with his like golem with his golem and this like in his close range weapon and his corpse explosion. So we make a pretty good combo.
Yep.
And it would be a lot harder. I can't imagine like playing the game without him because it seems like it would be a lot harder without him.
Well, it is. It is a lot harder. But it's harder to even be a demon hunter by yourself. It's fucking ridiculous.
Well, I have my uncle to help me.
Yeah. There was a guy that was known on the Steam communities as Meadow Sun. That dude, we talked a little bit, and it was Goku was a single player character, but I think I had a multiplayer character by Goku or a multiplayer character online by the name Goku or one of those names. He said I listed a couple of the names. He's like, you know what? I think I remember a guy named you, and I was like, yeah. And I always in Act 1 and online I got my ass kicked, and somebody like you had to help me through. And he's like, I was a necromancer. He's like, yeah, I remember that. So we might have met without even knowing who each other were, a decade or so back before we actually met. So I started playing right after I moved back here, or actually right before I moved back to here, Louisiana. I would play BattleNet. So he and I met before that. I was like, shit, man. He's like 30 something. I'm like 25. So I mean, this was pretty cool. I mean, I was a kid, but we might have met back then. And he might have been one of those characters that was trying to help me out in BattleNet and shit. He's like, I remember that. I was like, well, so. And then we met a few years prior to that when I was playing Counter-Strike Source. I used to do what I did in TF2 before it took the big shit off. Because I joined, a little while before. Yeah, I'm trying to go around killing big animals with bigger souls, so to speak, to keep charging these sons of bitches that I got, as weapons. There. I mean, the black soul gem's more ideal, and the black star, but it's more ideal because it gets me up to level up my enchanting faster, so I can get it to 100 and get all my perks and shit. Eventually, I might level up to. Try to level up to 50 the best I can. Guys, I'm gonna tell you a little trick. Toggle immortality mode when you start the game. Toggle immortality mode. Only do this to level it up. Level up your fucking armor and shit. I promise. You won't regret it. Just don't keep it on. Go in the console, push up where it says TIM, press enter, turn it off. What you want to do is get the Dwarven armor set from Markarth. There's a little chest you got to get into to use a lockpick. There's an easy. You can be able. All you got to do is recognize the sound, the clicking and jingling sounds of the lock when you hit the right spot. Press W and find right where it's at. And once you do, you press W and it goes all the way and lockpicks it. Which then you put that armor on. What you do is toggle mortality mode and get like at least 2 or 3 mammoths and a couple giants. You start shit with them, let them pummel away at your ass. And as a result, you won't die, but you ain't gotta worry about using potions out, needing to use potions like no tomorrow. And you ain't gotta worry about dying, but you keep doing that. And you will level up your armor to 100 pretty fast. Even faster if you use the Warrior Stone. 20% faster at that. So there's your little how-to for that.
The nice way to rank up your smithing skill is just by repeatedly making daggers.
Repeatedly making daggers with the Warrior Stone. Now, if you were playing Dawn Guard add-on and trying to get yourself to 75, what you need to go is go to that, what was that, damn, crown? Ethereum crown or something?
I don't know, but, classify this, it has to be iron daggers. That's the cheapest one.
Yeah, iron dagger. You just gotta get, it's the cheapest one. You can buy iron ore all over the son of a bitch. The ethereal, okay, it's the ethereal, it's the ethereal stuff. It's when you go to the ethereal forge, the Ethereum forge, quest, Lost to the Ages, quest. It's and you want the item known as the. I gotta turn this off. You want the ethereal crown. And you want to get the lover stone imbued into the ethereal crown. And then pick whatever stone, be it the warrior stone or the mage stone, if you want to do enchanting and smithing to make them go 35% faster. That's a guaranteed bet. And just do the strategies of making daggers out the ass. And also in doing what I'm doing with the Mace of Molag Bal and the black stone, the black star. You might piss off Azura fucking well. She can deal with it when your character's long gone. And anyway, when the Dovahkiin's long gone, she can fucking deal with it. Unless, but anyway, that's how you do that. Once you've actually done this. The next thing to do is just pick all the perks. You got to do every perk for each skill set. By the time you get level 100 enchant, you can do 2 enchantments at once on each item. Now, I'm wearing the ebony mail. I might do some smithing improvement potions and do the legendary rank improvement and smithing and improvement for ebony boots and ebony gauntlets. But you need to get the ebony mail Daedric artifact armor. And you need to do the best armor improvement and either stamina for one and health boost for the other, and then just whatever you got for you make your own jewelry and smithing and shit. Or just stick with a Talos amulet to shorten your thunes. And combine that perk with the Shrine of Talos. So So you got 40% faster recovery. So that's pretty badass. I'm teaching how to be OP as fuck without and being slightly illegitimate. Only slightly. And all you gotta do is take blacksmithing potions to do the smithing and the damn improving. Then you do some like enchanting enhancement to potion, a good one if you find, to do the enchantments after you get them to 100. That you get what you want. And you wear that with the ebony mail, and it's pretty badass. So almost OP. And you do the same thing with the ebony helmet if need be. Sorry, I'm making this guy lag. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. And you ain't gotta use too many console commands. You see what I'm doing here? 420 speed mult.
Yeah, I got a question. You ever played Fallout 3?
I played Fallout 3 for a little bit. I never got into it much. Fallout. I want to try Fallout 4
was
though.
a bitch in Fallout 3.
Huh?
Mata, the character, was a bitch in Fallout 3.
That's what I heard, and that gave a lot of criticism from people.
I just wanted to be polite and not say anything, but you guys are actually cutting out on my end.
Sorry.
Mine. Most likely Discord fucking up.
Could be. But
It's
anyways,
me,
yeah. Let's get into the subject of art just for and we'll do those two subjects for the time being. Let's get into the subject of, let's see, maybe you want to talk about art or you want to talk about mythologies?
I guess mythology.
What about you, Julian?
Or art? Sure.
Art or mythologies, either one.
I guess
Art.
we can do art first.
Alright,
I
well,
took art class, so I might as well refreshen up on my shit.
yeah. I think, I guess language is almost an art form. Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It's art.
But it's almost like we think in language. But I'll do that I'll do that in another podcast. I'll explain how
Language is
George
an
Carlin
art.
was right about that. But because we're talking about art and gaming tonight, art forms. I've seen some amazing different kinds of art. I've seen paper mache. I've seen beads. I've seen like actual jewel crafting. I've seen some amazing fucking shit done with.
I've seen some pretty good portraits.
Actually, I've been out to the Virginia's museum, and they have like just the amount of art clean one glass. It's like just all glass is beautiful looking.
Ooh, yeah, I forgot about glass working.
Surprised how much they do glass working. Like you can just get amazing looks out of it. Big work.
I don't know about you guys, but would you consider welding as being an art?
Yeah, it is. Depends on how you channel the welding art. What your creativity you view into it is. That's what makes it the art form.
Blacksmithing is a type of art.
Because you still got to consider the fact that it can be both an art and a science. Because in the particular field of science is applied physics, engineering, in other words. Welding is largely that. If you really think about it, because you're basically now using it to. What you do is those who don't know how a welder works, those who don't know, there's different kinds of welding.
Oh yeah, I should know.
But yeah, plasma torch, fucking regular electric arc welding would be basically you put a grounding post to. It's like a jumper cable for cars and that clamp.
Well, I can tell you pretty much what you really you need to know. And the plasma torch, that's mainly just for cutting. It's not used really for
Okay.
making. What you were thinking about with how you said it,
Arc welding.
yeah, it's basically small or stick welding.
Yeah, stick. Oh, that's right. Thank you. My bad. Stick welding.
There's
That's the one I'm
also MIG,
familiar with.
TIG, and oxyfuel. And there's probably more that I don't know of, but those are the basic ones that people usually use these days.
Yeah. I know there's plasma arc welding, there's stick welding, and then there's
MIG and
there's-
TIG.
yeah. I do know those, and I've actually accidentally looked at accidentally, by the way, looked at a welding arc, the light of one, the shine, the spark of one.
UV
Just
lights are not good.
Dude, I swear, my world lit up. I had almost a migraine worth of pain and a fucking headache.
Well, that pain is called welder's flash. Welder's flash is basically like, it has the feel of liquid sand in your eyes, and it just irritates the crap.
Oh, yeah, you got it. You got it on the money. I guess you had it happen to you.
Oh yeah, I've had it. After all, I went to school for 2 years for welding, remember?
Yep. I did it not once, but twice or thrice. Thrice just basically means 3 times. It rhymes with twice.
At least
What
5
the
or 6
fuck's
times.
thrice? I ain't heard that word. It's an old fucking word that linguistic fans like myself like to use still.
Like I said, at least 5 or 6 times here.
Yeah, and it was, I felt like something was being rubbed into my eyes with grinding, like a rubbing and like gritty rubbing, like a sand or sandpaper being rubbed into through my eye sockets, and I had a massive headache.
Well, I usually get burns, so.
No, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta be painful.
Well, I'm mainly the dumbass here, grabbing onto the very hot metal after we're done welding instead of using my plier to that.
Yeah, I actually did stick welding I actually helped my uncle do some stick welding, which, folks, basically what you do is you're holding some pieces of metal together, and what you do is you gotta clamp a neutral post or a negative post onto the metal you're working around, and you're trying to put together the whole. As long as if it's all metal, all you got to do is pick a random spot away from the actual project you're working at.
All right. Hand over your valuables.
It also depends on
and what you're
what
doing
you're welding
is
on.
that the positive post actually has the rod inserted to it. And your negatives is what allows the electrical discharge to go hot, to heat up the rod to melt and glue the other pieces together.
Well, actually, it's not gluing, it's fusing.
Yeah, fusing. It melts it. It's like a glue, but it also kind of it's like fusing. Depending on the
It's
metal
basically
alloy.
liquid metal just being,
Nice try.
fused
I'm not
together
going to ask again.
between 2 pieces of
Don't
metal,
you
if
walk
not
away from me.
multiple pieces. Because there's different types of welds you have to do in order to be qualified to work on anything else.
Yeah.
It literally took me a year and a half just to do stick welding.
Well, we're going to talk about
Oh,
how that
partly
can be
'cause I had a
applied as
dumbass
art
teacher.
form. But we're going into welding.
I had a dumbass teacher. I'm just saying it now.
Well, I've seen people use welding, like guys use, and women too.
Yep,
Plenty
yep.
of them actually use
I
make some
actually
really
had
pretty
a
shit
couple-
with welding, and they would merge these pieces of metal that wouldn't seem like much, but when they shape the metal and then merge them together with using the welding machines, I have never seen such beautiful craft out of metal in my fucking existence as some things that some people have done, especially the women
It is
have
beautiful.
done.
I
So
will
it's
admit to
they're
it.
fucking amazing with that shit. Like, guys are inventive and whatnot, but girls have a different kind of creativity streak, and if they're allowed to exploit it, They can do some shit, just like a man can. I'm not kidding you.
Just saying this now, I prefer MIG over anything else because MIG was just the easiest thing to do.
I mean, it is some fucking nutty shit where they can pull off artistically. I mean to say what they can pull off artistically is amazing.
Yeah. And I just got notified that Pokemon Master does not have a Battle.net, sadly.
That sucks.
Oh well.
You know, another thing I had to consider was when they actually did a damn. Oh my God! I've seen some artistic, but art form that holy shit's bonerific. Woo! Damn, these cosplayers can be hot. Holy shit!
I mean, for a lot of cosplays, you have to work the fuck out in order to get it right.
I do hope you know what you're doing with those.
That's what I did at Carnage cosplay.
Oh, and
I couldn't having a big bummer that day to demonstrate the artwork I was replicating.
Yeah.
And when welding, don't grind welds. That just does not bode well for anyone.
Man, I think it's amazing what they can do with it's amazing what the fuck they can do with the women out there. Holy shit. And if you're just blunt, honest with a lot of them are cosplayers that are so open out there. So a lot of them, like for a lot of cosplayers I actually got to interact with online and camera to camera and stuff. It really means a lot to them if you let them know what you really on your mind. And I just tell it straight to them. It's like, I think you're hot as fuck. You're like one time I was daring to say I think you stole my virginity I think just looking at you took my V card or something. But I thought it's a bit too much. I keep that to myself. I actually was tempted to say that to a couple of them. Well, one actually was one. What am I saying? Hell, one of them. I think you stole my virginity when I saw you. Like, holy fuck, was she gorgeous?
I wouldn't be able to tell because I haven't seen her.
Well, I'll show you. She's got a DeviantArt profile. I did ask her permission to before I can actually link it, but I can show you personally.
Yeah.
So I want to ask the permission. But speaking of DeviantArt, I got a friend. One of my recent friends that's also in my Discord who's actually an artist on DeviantArt. She actually wanted me to show and DeviantArt, and I want to do that for her to make up for messing up on my third and fourth episodes of the gameplay podcast. So I want to do that, let y'all know, and I got some other amigos that want their stuff linked in the description, and I will do that for them. And I hope you guys check these people out. They've got amazing talent. I'm gonna let you know that she's a girl named Nessa. She's a furry and cartoon artist. She draws anthros and cartoons, and she does quite a good job. And I think she does great work. She does amazing stuff. I'm not gonna lie. And she does, and you know what? She cosplayed for Halloween. That was not a bad outfit. She actually managed to look like her fucking character, her persona, as she calls, as the furry called. And it's pretty unique looking. I actually liked it. She's got skills. She's got talent. And well, if you see she's not the one I was referring to, but she is she's not the cosplayer that I said I wanted to say, wow, I looked at you and my virginity was gone. No, she's not that. And even if she were, I still wouldn't fucking say that. But that was talking about another cosplayer.
Yeah.
If you see a fucking personal like a selfie or an ID picture of hers, she's not. She's very.
Yeah.
She's pretty. She's pretty. I'll just say that. I mean.
Yeah, I wouldn't deny it.
She's pretty. She's very talented, and she's actually cool to talk with. You know. So yeah, I'm not ashamed to admit that. As long as I don't do it, as long as I try not to say it in a way that creepy. No, I'm just saying she is. Nessa herself.
I wouldn't really be able to know because I haven't seen
Well, you'll see in when you see the DeviantArt profile, and I guarantee you, she actually she's very pleasant to talk to, and she actually was interested in the when she actually partook in the original take of episode 3, which thanks to my fucking up, which pissed me off still. It's good material too, but we'll catch up to it eventually. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast, the gameplay podcast with Smeagol, Julian,
Yep.
and the guest appearance of Pokemon Master, unless he's.
Hi guys.
And Nessa actually is just came into the stream.
Yep.
But she'll be here on episode 4, I promise you. Because we're coming back real soon. See you then.